So for my project, we decided we would take 6 hours out of one of our days, and so we chose Labor Day in the U.S. And so for the first 3 hours, I would text Jess with whatever I was doing at the time. So for me, that would be 5 to 8, and for her, that was 9 to 12 in the morning. And so we decided to switch after 3 hours. So from 8 to 11, I received her instructions, and from 12 to 3, she gave me her instructions. And so we decided the best way to compile that would be, and we were taking pictures every 5 minutes of what we were doing, and we decided to compile it into a slideshow in the end, and to include all the text messages that went between us during the 6 hours.
So yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting, especially when like you would do something but she didn't have the equivalent to do, or vice versa. So like you're just kind of sitting around while you're cleaning your brushes, or like waiting, or not being able to get into the library and stuff like that. And yeah.
When it was your turn to control your partner, I felt kind of sorry for Jess, because I felt like you kept on saying that you were going to do things, but then you changed your mind, but she would still do it. And they seem like more productive, like they get things done faster. She does. I'm not really sure what kind of criticism I would have for your project. Yeah.
I really like the project in the sense that, like, other than compared to other people's project, I felt like your project kind of had like a limitation to it. Like, even like you have to follow their instructions no matter what, and you can't communicate with them. Whereas I feel like, and we can see both sides of it at the same time, so it's really interesting. Like, I really like the part that you were trying to get into the library, and you were trying to take pictures of you banging the door, and that was nice. And I felt like it made sense because you can see like the time difference at the same time. I like how you put the time up on the video, so that was nice.
Yeah, I also thought it was interesting, just kind of the difference in how you get somewhere, like the both of you, if it took you like half an hour to go to a restaurant, or her like 5 minutes to get food. I don't know if it was really that was anyway. And okay, how one person might be like taking their time, and the other might be really rushed and like running all over the place. Like when she got ice cream and you changed your mind. I don't know if she got a smoothie after, but that would have been bad.
I thought it was really interesting, like the mode of communication that you use, because that added to the time lag. Like maybe a message didn't reach on time, so I thought like the emphasis on that was really nice.
I think it was great to see how you guys developed this caring relationship through these like staccato text messaging things. And at the end, she was like, "Did you survive?" And that was cute. And you both had you had art studios and the library, and it seemed like there was a parallel universe. And you got the idea of the distance because the text messages were really short, and it was just a nice reminder of that virtual contingency.
Yeah, I thought you guys definitely the best part about it was how it was put together so clearly, and not that every project has to be put together in the same way, but it was, even though a lot of mundane things happened, reading books, walking, I was still somehow gripped by them. And I think if you duplicate anything, it certainly all of a sudden becomes more interesting. And that, in the end, kind of became, rather than, I mean, I know the subject of you sharing lives and all these things, but just any action duplicated adds to its perspective. So that to me was the most interesting part of it. Do you have any thoughts on the collaboration? Switch? All right.
That's okay. It's. Do you want to just check that it's on? Okay. Yeah, I found the project really interesting, especially during the actual 6 hours, because starting it, I wasn't sure what to expect, and it was nice how throughout it, like after, like at that one point where I said like text her that, hey, this is fun, because like definitely during it we were both like carrying our tripods, and so like I was walking around everywhere carrying this cumbersome tripod everywhere and like setting it up, and you know all these people were around like staring at me, but it was nice because I started to think of like the tripod not as like the tripod and like a camera, but I started to kind of think of it as kind of like Jess and like my connection with her, which was really cool. And by the end of the day, it felt like we had spent. I felt like I had spent the whole day with her, and like she said the same thing. Yeah, I thought it was interesting duplicating our actions, and because all throughout it, it made me like very aware of what I was doing, thinking about like what she was doing, and yeah, it just made me very aware of my actions, the both of us.